Welcome to the Her Sweet Spot Experience, dishing out tips and tricks on mindset, money, marketing, and media for your life and business, and where we talk to women about how they found their sweet spot.
Welcome, everyone, to the Her Sweet Spot Experience, where I bring you amazing guests and content in mindset, money, marketing, media. I am your host, Marsha Guerriere, and it's the first Monday. And you know what that means? It's all about hot topics. And today's hot topic is all about getting promoted at work. Let's get into it. So if you're like me, then you are long overdue for promotion at work, and it is time that you devise a plan to get you promoted and get towards that leadership role that you want. So I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can get promoted at work in the next year. Try these things. Number 1, and this is the top number 1 of the 5. You have to ask for it. Oprah Winfrey said, life gives you what you have the courage to ask for. So if you're long overdue for the promotion, you got to start asking for it. And if you ask and they keep just saying no and denying you and giving you excuses, you got to continue to ask why. Ask how. What is it I need to do then to get promoted? After 2020 and the climate that we've had, and all these companies coming out with all these, promises of promoting, especially Black women, and getting more women of color into leadership roles, now's the time for you to really have them put their money where their mouth is, invest in the things that they believe they need for you to do in order to get promoted. So, guys, the number one tip I can give you is to ask for it. All right. And the number 2 thing to get promoted at work is to be yourself. As cliche as that may sound, it's so important to be authentic and genuine to whom you really are. When you're authentic and genuine, that you connect better with other people, and your manager will more likely appreciate and value you more because of that genuine authenticity, right? And what do I mean by being genuine? I mean by even saying when you don't know what you don't know, right? It includes not just being like the all hands or the all knowing type of person, and showing them that you can totally do the job, because more than likely they know that already. But when things go wrong, if things go wrong, or if you're being asked to do something that you really don't know how to do, go back to number 1. Ask. I will take on the assignment, but ask, how can I get it done? And don't be afraid to say that you don't know how. All right. The next thing on my list of 5 things that you can do to get promoted is obvi work hard, right? Like super obvious. We know, especially women of color, Black women, we've always been told women in general, we have to work twice as hard as men. When you are a Black woman and women of color, you have to work 4 times as hard, right? So working hard shows them, and I always say you could show them better than you could tell them. But you have to tell them. The worst thing you can do is wait for a manager to recognize your hard work. In today's climate, again, they need you to raise your hand to let them know how hard you're working, right? Because of so many things happening in the workplace, they're busy. Other people are working just as hard, You're not the only one working just as hard sometimes, but you have to tell them. The fourth thing that I'm going to suggest to you to get promoted is to stay out of office politics. Now is not the time to get involved in the he say she say, the drama of the office. And the truth is, I don't even know half the things that go on in my own personal. I'm so focused at working hard and getting my job done. You won't have time for the drama, right? If you want a promotion, you need to show your ability to shine as a leader, meaning pulling yourself out of any and all petty office drama and politics. You're not here for that, right? Being genuine can also mean staying out of the riffraff, getting away from the riffraff, pulling yourself above all that office politics. So that's the number 4 thing I would say to you in order to help you advance at work and get promoted. And my 5th and final tip for this Hot Topic Monday is to remind your manager. Let's face it, managers are super busy, and the less qualified person is always in your manager's ear. You know who that is, right? Remind your manager from time to time all of the amazing things that you're doing in order to help the initiative of the company, which is usually always driving revenue and customer retention, keeping customers happy. Check in to see how progress is coming along, even beyond what HR mandates. Maybe your company has these quarterly things, performance reviews, self reviews, manager check ins. If your company don't have HR manager check ins, it's so super important that you require and request that of your manager. Not only does it keep you growing because you'll have that open dialogue with your manager, but it shows your manager how serious you are about getting to the next level. And it really helps you get into that, what we call sponsorship and mentorship from your manager, that is so important for us all to grow and advance at work, having those sponsors and managers. And when you do that touch point from time to time, you will be remembered. And when the time comes for them to think about promotions, you'll be on the forefront of their minds. All right, guys, getting promoted is not always easy, but with those 5 tips, I know you will be on your way towards leadership. And if for some reason, after some time, none of these things work for you, then it's time to really look at your values and the values of the company and your management team. And maybe it's time to start looking for a new position. It could be within the company or it could be without. There's just sometimes some managers that are just never going to see you for what you bring to the table, especially us women and women of color. So, guys, really know who you are, what you bring to the table, and let those principles and these 5 tips guide you towards your promotion. Okay. Well, that's your hot topic tip for today. I thank you and love you guys for listening. You know how I end each broadcast. Until next time. Remember, when we empower each other, we all rise. Bye bye for now.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Her Sweet Spot Experience. Make sure to visit our website, www.hersweetspot.com. That's her, SUITE, spot.com, where you can become a member of our growing community and get great content for your life and business. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. We are your strategic partners to grow your business.